Here we go. Episode 8, guys. Episode 8.
That intro's solid, dude.
That's
Episode
not bad.
8.
Not bad, right?
The only thing about that intro that me and Yayo noticed that we found funny, that out of nowhere there's a Brian Goodwin appearance. It's like
Could have had better players.
Brian Goodwin.
The legendary Brian Goodwin, you mean?
Yeah.
Could have had better players, but hey, it's still
And
solid.
It is
Yeah,
solid.
it
We got to
looks good.
we got to modify it to include the other guys too. So I'll
Yeah.
get another one done. But here it is, man.
Here it is, episode 8 with our guest for this week is the big old buck, straight from
Legend.
Cardinal Nation. Now, I know we're gonna be talking about some NL Central later on in the show, and there was a little trade that went down. So we'll see. We'll get some buck feedback on it, on that. So there's some people saying that they won, other people are saying that they didn't win the trade. So we'll see an unbiased buck. He calls himself an unbiased. Yeah, he says that he's unbiased. So we'll see.
I am very unbiased.
Well, I guess we'll get to that, right? I guess we'll get to that. But yeah, so let's start covering some MLB The Show 19 news. I know that this when was it? Tuesday. The new event started this week.
Right.
And we were able now to get Kiner. We got Ralph Kiner and
Konerko.
Konerko.
Yeah.
I didn't think Konerko was gonna be the pick. I will say that, hand up. I didn't think Konerko was gonna be the pick, because I'm thinking like it's gonna be 99 overall players. I didn't think Konerko deserved that one. So I was right. He didn't get a 99 overall, but he got a 98. What do you guys think about Konerko being there?
Go ahead, Buck.
He's not even useful on the all-time White Sox team.
Oh,
I
so,
mean, he's not. He
so
would
you
have been
can't
useful
play
when the game
Frank at
first came
third?
out. No, I mean, yeah, you'd have to play him or Frank at a different position. Like they both play first base, and that's it. If they would at least give him like left field or
Gosh, I didn't even think of that angle. That's so
something.
true.
Yep.
He's just a
Yep.
bench bat.
Yep.
That's it. So it doesn't even make the White Sox team any better, really, unless you want a great bench bat.
Yeah, and
But
with
yeah,
as
he
many,
should have been out earlier this year. Like I love
earlier.
the content this year was great,
yeah.
but the order they did things was messed up.
they gave us a lot of
Yeah.
good players early in the year, and I think
Yeah.
after
Yeah, I've
after you
used
get,
Tony Gwynn all year. Like he's never
Yeah.
left my lineup.
Alomar saying, yeah.
he left my lineup like 2 weeks in with those weird animations in right field that I don't want to talk about. But
Who, Gwynn?
Gwyn, yes,
Your
Where
Gwyn
the
is
ball-
broken then, sir. I
my
don't
Gwyn
know
is
what to
broken.
tell
I
you.
try to get it back. I get it.
Goes underneath his glove.
He had the one with the flyouts where he goes like, you know the one
I've
I'm
been
talking
getting
about.
those animations in left field with Babe Ruth, man. I lost a game last night by 1 run because he literally watched the ball go past him in the outfield.
Griffey has horrible animations unless you play him in center. And
Well,
even then, he's
yeah.
not great
Yeah.
all the time.
Babe
Yeah, he's only
Trout's been
good to
getting
his
them, too.
left or something, or to his right. I forget
Mhm.
which side. But
There's
yeah.
right,
Trout gets
yeah.
some weird animations.
Trout does too. It's
But
unreal.
Babe Ruth for me is one of my best defensive outfielders. He robbed a home run today.
That's solid.
What?
He's a Yankee. That's why.
Well, technically he's a
Oh.
Red Sox. We're not getting into this right now. Technically he's a Red Sox
I'm
legend.
pretty sure he's in pinstripes.
I'm pretty sure
Who's
he
a
was
Red Sox legend? Ruth?
Babe Ruth is a Red Sox. He was
Get out of here.
For the
Thank
wrong
you.
reasons.
Yeah.
he was a Cy Young and
Yeah,
one
that
winner
means Keith
before Cy
Hernandez
Young.
is a Mets legend too, right? Come on, he
Right.
should have been a
I mean,
Cardinal.
look at his
He
signature
won a
series
World
card.
Series
Look
in
at
St. Louis. He didn't win nothing. You know what I mean? Come on.
who does
Keith
it?
Hernandez signature
Isn't he
series
in the
should have been a
booth right
Cardinal.
now, Keith Hernandez?
Yeah, he
For
should have
what
been, yeah,
team?
but he should have been a
It's-
Cardinal.
But for what team though?
The Mets. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just asking.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I guess it's where his heart
always-
is.
I always forget that Keith Hernandez was a Cardinal. It's
Ooh.
crazy.
Well,
Yeah, he was MVP.
Yeah.
We're young, Juxy. I think that's it. We're just young, so
Well, no, I mean, I was around then. I just, for whatever reason, I tie him to the Mets because that 86 run or whatever. But yeah, he was a stud with the Cardinals, with the powder
Mhm.
blues, wasn't he?
Well, powder blue uniforms and then powder white, up his nose.
no. Oh god. But yeah, Konerko, I think like the same thing. I wasn't expecting him because I wasn't expecting a 98 Konerko.
Let alone another first baseman. It's like, how many
Yeah.
do you need, right? It's just like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
Where's our Oral Hershiser at?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's the
well,
one everybody's wanting.
we are we're having, I think it's next week that comes out the new what is it, the Moments Extreme? Is it a Moment Extreme or Conquest Extreme? There's an Extreme coming out.
More of them?
More of them.
No
That's where we'll get the oral, I bet.
So
Hey, I'll take the oral anywhere we can get it. I don't care.
Hey now.
Hey,
That's a
I hear you.
but people are asking for oral. People are asking for Goose.
Everybody asks for it.
Andrew Jones, right? There's still some cards out there that deserve the signature series. Ralph Kiner it's a good bat, but that defense and that speed, when you have Babe, Tony Gwynn, Griffey, all these outfielders, Trout for me is the top 3 card right now, Hall of Fame or lower, but what are you going to do with that Ralph Kiner?
Yeah, the outfield is just so saturated right now. Same with first base. I mean, there's just so many cards right now, and even with Cy Young coming out next week, I mean, it's a 99. He already had a 96. I just don't see anybody using it. He's got 2 pitches basically.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He throws 90. He throws 98 and 70. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys ever face that Walter Johnson?
So annoying.
He's
He'll
annoying.
get lit up. He'll get
Yeah.
lit up. So
And
It's
dude,
annoying to
delivery.
face.
And he hit a 3-run bomb off me last night. I mean,
Ooh.
absolute tank. I
Oh.
never said, dude, this ball was crushed.
Check
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your pitching. It's not Walter
I
Johnson's
guess.
hitting.
It's everybody's pitching. That's the biggest problem
Yeah.
with this game this
The
year is
pitching
pitching.
is bad this year.
Awful.
Bad.
Give us
You
like
can hit-
MLB
you
The
can hit
Show
good.
17 or 16, where you can actually dot people up and the ball goes where you want it to go.
I
And then
don't
we have a
even
game.
like. I think like some pitches are gonna hang, and I'm fine with that. They're gonna hang. But when I make good pitches, I want to be able to strike people out, and this is something that we talked about last week.
Yep.
If I'm able to strike people out, then it's fine. If they're very early or too early, they shouldn't be able to touch the ball on a ball that's a foot outside the zone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What was the third event reward? It was Konerko, and who?
Cy Young.
Cy Young.
Oh, yeah, Cy Young. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's a guaranteed signature series rare round for the top reward as the top reward, but I think we've had
See, I don't-
access to those plenty of times by now.
Yeah. Yeah, but to talk about the pitching, I don't know. I really miss 17 and 16 because you used to feel like you had a chance to strike people out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because part of it, I think, was because the PCI didn't go all the way out of the strike zone like it does now,
Mm-hmm.
and I think part of it was the hitting window, timing window. Just way too many foul balls.
17 was
Way
fun.
too many.
17 was was fun. I mean that's when I really started with the Diamond Dynasty, but 17 and 19 for me, they've been fun. I mean, both of them have been extremely fun. Even with the lineouts, even with the things, because even in 16 and 17, I'd rather have lineouts than server issues.
Yep.
Obviously
sure.
we've had
People
some
overlook
server
that
issues.
so much too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the recency bias too. Like when you're dealing with problems now, those are the ones that are going to be fresh on your mind. It's going to be easier to remember.
Yeah, you want to trash 18? We'll all trash 18. 'cause
Oh,
that
we'll
game
do that
is
together.
utterly disgusting. But I mean, this year's game overall is not bad. Just the pitching's pretty bad, and the way they put out the content. And I'm not a big fan of moments either. I prefer. I mean, I don't like the immortal grind that we had last year, but I like a little bit of a grind. Maybe if they made it more off or online. I mean, we didn't have to do it all offline.
I like the moments more than what it was last year. That it was against CPU
Well,
and
yeah.
going into
that grind last
force
year drove
field.
me away from the
But
game.
what I'm talking
But, yeah.
about as far as stats goes is like there used to be overall stats that you got stubs and stuff for. You know what I mean? Like
I was in
you had
17.
so many
had it.
home runs, and it was in 17, it was in 16. Yeah.
You would
and
get
they didn't
stubs
have
for
it
it too. You would get a lot
Yeah.
of stubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
What
fun.
I would like to see is once you get to 100 diamond, allow us the ability to continue to gain XP, or at least maybe we can prestige, or maybe we could get some sort of an extra banner or something. Just allow us to keep upgrading, because it's like it kind of gets for a lot of people. I like to see my XP go up. I don't know, it's kind
Yeah.
of small, but it would be cool, to not
Yeah, most of us who
max
played
out.
had level 100 diamond before the game even really got going.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you're streaming it, it's gonna be 100 diamond quickly, especially someone like you, Buck, going hard as you do all day.
Yeah. I don't know.
How
I think
long
the
did it take you to get to 100 diamond?
I don't remember. It wasn't that long though.
It
It
didn't
didn't
feel
seem like
that
it.
long.
Feels
It
like
didn't
I've
say,
been
yeah,
100
yeah.
diamond forever. I haven't even played the game the last 4 months, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 100 diamond longer than you're not.
I
So.
mean,
Yeah.
you did play about a week or two ago, but I know you don't want to talk about it.
Hey,
But
you want to
did
talk
play
about how you cheated in that game? Is that what you want to talk about?
Oh
Ramon
yeah, you guys had a
Bomb?
YouTube collab.
Ramon
Yeah, you want to talk
Bomb?
about how you used faulty cub? You want to
Hey,
talk about that? We can.
I mean, you should consider yourself lucky, because that's a downgrade.
From who? Edmonds?
Oh, so Ramon is up there? Are you gonna say
I mean,
it?
that card's pretty broken. It's a pretty good card.
Nah, I think it's the user, but that bomb.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not it.
Bug really hates Ramon because of me, and I'm sorry.
Dude, I struck him out, and I was talking so much crap that whole game, and then he hit that ball, and I just was pissed.
I wasn't.
I couldn't believe it.
wasn't.
I was gonna beam him too.
And I
And then
know,
I'm like,
I
you
know
know
you were,
what?
because you remember we had a friendly. It was probably like 4 or 5 months ago, and we were both streaming then, and it was 2 out. Nothing was going on. You plunk Ramon, put him on base, and that's what actually cost your game, because it opened up. Like it just went downhill from there for you. So I think you
from
learned
now
your
on, when we
lesson.
play, I'm just gonna beam him. I don't care.
That's it. We need to see a 7-game series out of you two.
Well, I'm down 2-0 right now, so
Ramon
wait.
versus Buck.
Let's start over.
we'll start over.
Well, talking about friendlies and stuff, on Tuesday, we have the new beta coming out. I'm excited about that beta. I know that much. It's gonna be a week. I gotta fix that in my schedule. But Bug, what are your thoughts? It's a beta, not an alpha, so it should be a more
My thoughts, I think the game, I think they're going to be so much more focused on the next year because of everything about it being cross-platform and everything. I think we're going to get pretty much the same game. But I hope they fix the pitching a little bit to give us more control over our pitches. But I don't really, honestly, I don't think we're going to see much different outside of a few things that the communities complain about. Maybe we won't, with ranked seasons, we won't have to start at All-Star if you've been in World Series. That would be nice. Or just make one, it used to be on All-Star. Like the game used to be, everything was that, you know what I mean? Way back in the day. So I think you're going to see almost the exact same game, dude, if I'm being honest, because I think they're going to be so focused on the next year. And it's going to be something, the engine might be completely different because it's going to be on the next gen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's a good call.
I don't know what they're gonna actually change unless they somehow give us more control over the pitching like we used to have.
It's like maybe the content team might be the focus this year after saying that, and just put out amazing content, try to repeat, the same patterns, fix maybe the time you release certain cards, like a 99 Trout shouldn't have been released that late in the year. Then this Canerco this late in the year, like they could have, and they probably learned from all that stuff. So
yeah, I'm hoping we get some new legends, like newer legends. Not I mean, there's nothing against the old people that they're adding to the game. Those are great for people to learn about because half the people in the chat don't know who those people are. But
it's true.
It's good for them to learn. But there's so many good people from the 80s, that they could have in there, and 90s and
steroid era. Bring all of them.
I mean, it's time we get those guys. I mean, I don't know. I'd love to have Mark McGwire, and even if it's a fake Barry Bonds like we've had before,
Stalker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna do it. I really don't think they're gonna do
either.
it. I think it will be cool, but there's still a lot of good players that are not, even though it was a steroid era, they never had like accusations or never tested positive, especially going back to like the pitching, right? Pedro Martinez, Randy Johnson, obviously Clemens is still in there, so you take him out of the equation. Although a Roger Clemens card would be amazing.
It'd be so good.
It would be
A Greg
amazing.
Maddux card would be fun.
Pedro Martinez.
Pedro,
Yeah.
Randy Johnson. Could you imagine a Randy Johnson
Oof.
card?
Oh, dude.
If you could
That
control
right.
your pitching?
A Josh
Those
Hader
Those
starter.
4 cards we just talked about would be 4 out of the 5 everybody's starters.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
But the thing is that I think it's almost impossible for them to make the content perfect, right? Because we're talking about how great the content's been, and there's always going to be things that, well, we got so and so this late in the year. Well, we've been getting a lot of good players throughout the entire year, so it's
no
not,
doubt.
you know, I feel like at this stage it's fine. People are gonna want to try new cards. People are doing the all-time team builds and all this other stuff, which I'm fine with. I just don't think it's gonna be. There's never gonna be perfect content-wise.
No.
And if you add all those big names, it's just gonna make it even more of a mess.
Something that I like, I've been playing 2K a lot, and something they have in theirs is they have these. I think Madden used to have them too, where you have to like you get the card and then you grind them to get certain stats, and then their stats and attributes and stuff go up, and they unlock more badges and stuff, and the card gets better as you use it more. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, so you kind of get the card at like a silver rating,
Mhm,
and you can
yeah.
build them up to a diamond.
Yep.
That'd
be cool.
Kind of
Just
like a
by
created
using it.
player. What do you do with the created player kind of thing?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but with an actual card instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That would
especially if
be
you could do that, like, I don't know, maybe make live series more relevant. I don't know.
Yeah,
Ron, do you
and
think
Go
they're going to add a tournament tab?
I was just thinking that.
I don't know, maybe. That'd be nice.
Gosh, it would just be so nice to have everything
It's very-
localized.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
very popular. So
Especially since we can't have online because if we had online franchise, like, we could have our own sub franchises, you know what I mean? And if we can't
Right.
have that, then a tournament tab would be great. Much easier to run your sub tournaments and stuff,
Mhm.
yeah, because then you could just put all the rules in, so the
Mhm.
rules are being followed. It just
Yep.
pops you in there. You don't have to worry about doing all the, give me your PSN, et cetera, waiting for it, trying to connect. It would just be a
Yeah.
huge improvement.
Sliders locked,
Yeah,
Right.
sliders locked.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
sliders locked and settings in place. You can't enter the team. You can't enter the tournament unless your team fits the criteria. I mean, it would just be so easy. But how much logistics does that take on the back end on their part? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know
Not
about
my
that.
problem.
Not my problem either.
I don't think for 2020 it's realistic. I mean, I guess it's realistic. It can happen, but more for 2021 when you have the community is gonna double and triple. So that means they're gonna have more money. They're gonna have a bigger budget. It's gonna be easier to accomplish. The team is gonna grow. Their team probably is gonna grow. So that's when we're like Bug was saying earlier. I think that's when we're gonna start seeing the big changes. As far as everything else, new game modes or gameplays wise and all that, I think 2021 is like the big year, the Clemente year.
It's gonna be it'll be a whole different engine, because it's gonna be
It's a
as far as the top game goes, it's gonna be on the new machines. So you have PS5 and whatever the hell they're
Yep.
calling the Xbox.
I think
And it's going to
looks-
be interesting to see if they put it on PC, because then there'll be modding capabilities and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So
It'd be so easy to hit home runs on the PC.
I think it would be too.
I mean,
just
yeah, see, I
point and
don't know
click.
if they're gonna. I wonder if they're gonna make it just controller on PC. I don't know.
Because
Hopefully.
that would
better,
be
it would just
ridiculous.
Be Switch and
I mean-
just Nintendo and Xbox.
I'm not
Yeah.
a PC gamer, so I just look at the computer and at the mouse and keyboard. I'm like, there's no way I'm hitting home runs with this. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Oh, with
Give me
the mouse, dude, it'd be so easy to control your PCI.
So easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be broken. They'd have
You'd
to make a
you'd be crushing
controller.
it.
Yeah.
400.
So, dude, just
Maybe
one other
Juxy
thing
will
on
be
that,
able to say that again.
I'm just going to say one other thing on the beta. If you guys do get in, just know if you have paying attention to the rule, just kind of a PSA, you cannot stream it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even talk about it really. Like
Can't
on
even
Twitter,
talk about
can't
it.
tweet
No,
about
you
it.
can't.
Can't
Nothing.
nothing.
They're gonna
You'd get yourself
have
in a lot of
a
trouble.
they're gonna have like a feedback or do you report kind of like what you've seen but that's gonna be with them, so that's the only place where you actually talk about it. So just
Yeah.
go there. People
We don't
won't be
talk about
streaming it.
Fight Club.
We don't talk about
That's
Fight
it.
Club.
That's it.
If somebody's
Don't get yourself
streaming
in
it,
trouble.
they gone.
Hey,
I know that
Sure.
much.
And there always is those people, and then you
there's
you
always
go
gonna
in
be
there and
somebody
tell
else.
them, and they're like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that person is gonna have 100 people watching because let's look at the beta while I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not me. Not
Short
me.
term.
What about this ESL tournament they just
yeah.
announced?
Literally
Less
just
than
announced.
24 hours, man.
Like yesterday.
What about it?
Oh man, it just
Like
seems like
16 hours before. Like,
yeah, I mean, I can't plan. I don't think I still feel like my skill level, I'm not trying to be anybody's one and done. I want to get a little better before I jump in one of these. But it just seems like for, 24-hour notice, I mean, gosh, I don't know. It seems a little
I mean, the one
thrown
thing I will
together.
say the one thing that was good was that they did it to where it's not cumulative points, so you don't have to play every single tournament.
That was a good
You can
addition.
just show up to one or two, but like before it was all cumulative, so you couldn't miss one. If you missed one, you basically had no shot.
Right.
But I still kind of, like I said, less than 24-hour notice. I looked at the signups. Like last time there was like 2,000 signups, and like as of this morning, I only saw like 200 signups.
Really?
So I don't know if the word just hasn't.
So
gotten
you're
out
saying
yet,
there's a
or
chance?
people just had a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always that chance, you know what I mean? But it could just also just be that a lot of people had a bad taste in their mouth after the last one. So it'll be interesting to see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, I think it's a good addition what they did, that if you finish in the top 8, you automatically qualify, and then the top 64 I think are gonna automatically qualify. Regardless, they're gonna make it to the 128 people are gonna advance. Now
What's the ranking system after that?
That I don't know. I don't think they mention anything. But it's, if you announce it on a Friday, I'm fine. Announce it on a Friday, but announce it for the following weekend. Just why not? Hey, tomorrow we have a tournament. Get ready.
Yeah, people were upset last time, and it was 3 days notice.
Yeah.
Now they literally give you less than a day. What do you think people are going to be like?
But it's a free tournament, free entry with a chance to win money, and it's tournaments that we've never had. The best players are still gonna be in there. It's still gonna be good quality MLB The Show gameplay.
Someone's gonna make a name for themselves, like Otoxi just did.
Yeah. So it's saying
and it's also a way
people.
for ESL or whoever's putting these on, or even people that are watching, for potential tournament organizers to learn. So it's another opportunity to get out there and fall on your face and figure out what's wrong. Like they made the adjustment with this qualifying section, So each time it'll get better and better, hopefully.
Now there's 1,500 plus registered apparently, so people woke up and saw it.
Oh, just because you said something, man. That's smog. That's that
all it
smog
was.
influence, baby.
Get them out there.
But yeah, it is gonna get better. I mean, you see that change right there alone is a huge improvement, as far as like you don't have to play for 2 months just to have a chance at qualifying. So that's a step in the right direction. I know for 2020 is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot better. There's gonna be a lot more of these tournaments, and not only these tournaments, but community tournaments as well. Like I know today J Pro had his tournament. I was actually invited there. I had to back out, but there's gonna be a lot of these tournaments as well. It's not only this. Obviously, these ones are the ones with the money, right? Those are the big prizes. But people just love tournaments, no matter how big or small they are.
Yeah,
they do. That's why I think a tournament tab, like you said, they could figure it out, even if it's just for 21. I could really take this game to the next level. Because people like if you could have all these different companies just host one and just say, hey, here's the system, slap your logo on it, slap your advertising on it, we'll let you host it, and we'll give you like the advertising for it. Like I think it could blow up big.
Oh yeah,
I really think that tab's coming, because I was fortunate enough to run into one of the developers down at TwitchCon, and he said that they know that the tournament thing is pretty popular. So I can imagine something like that is coming down the pipeline.
Yeah. Tournaments are huge as far as expanding the community. So the community is going to expand to a certain degree when it's only on PlayStation. But once you have that cross-platform things, and you add tournaments, well-run tournaments, it's just going to be why MLB The Show why not, you know, it had the chance to make it in kind of like as Madden and as 2K, just as big as those. I don't see why not. It's, you know, it's the top 3 major sports in America, right? So, and we see people from all over the world, you know, playing the game as well. So it should be right there with Madden and 2K.
Yeah, I agree.
At least they've been listening to the community though. Like they added the multiple lineup stuff and little things like that, you know. So maybe. Yeah,
I do think I mean, that's what I said. Is this step in the right direction? If you wouldn't have seen any changes, then you may start to get worried. Now, once the top 128 or the 128 people qualify, we'll see about the rankings. Now, the rankings may not matter as much because if, you know, people that qualify here in the first week, they're probably not going to take their time off to just try to keep playing. There's no reason for them to, right? So I don't know if the rankings are going to be the same, if it's going to matter the same as the previous tournament.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see. I unfortunately, I might be able to get it in next week's one, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, just with work schedule and stuff. So I'll have to watch from afar.
Well, you have the skills, Jugsy. No matter what you think, you have the skills.
That's right, man. You can do it. I just don't have time on the weekend to do it.
Yeah, weekends are tough.
Weekends, baby time.
Jugsy's 2-time World Series champ.
That's right.
Dude, man. I got to the 800s last night. Got up to like 832 and then lost. So I'm down to 801 now. But trying to go for a 3-peat.
Well, we got about a week left. I think it's up until the 19th
20?
where we have
20. Yeah, 20. Yeah.
20th. Yeah. So 10 days. A week and a half. You got time.
10 days. Yeah, we got time.
Today I made it to, I think I'm in the 881 now. I went 2-1 today. I lost the first game. I won the following 2 games.
Damn.
881. So
that's possibly one away.
Yeah.
with
How
my
many times
luck,
you made World Series,
watch-
Buck?
Well, I made it the first few months when I was playing the game, but I haven't played ranked seasons really since probably July or August.
Is that
Probably
your
August.
Is that your favorite format, ranked seasons, or what's your go-to?
Yeah, I like ranked seasons the most. I like events if they're good. But
yeah, Hall of Fame events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're good events, I like events. I like ranked seasons. BR's all right.
how many 12-0s?
Just one.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Damn, just one, dude. I wish I had one.
He just
man.
did it just for the bat. He just did it for the
Yes.
bat. That was it.
Yeah,
Dude,
just
that's-
so I could show off the bat.
And that bat alone is so intimidating. You see that bat and you're like, shit, dude.
That's
yeah, I
the
know
only
it.
bat I'm gonna use, and I said it since the first day I got it. I'm like, listen, that first 12-0 was the last thing I needed. When I got that 12-0, it was so tough to get that I was like, I'm never leaving this bat. It took me this long and this tough. It was so tough that I'm like, I'm using the bat forever. I don't care. You can bring the pizza bats and the Christmas bat and all these other stuff. It's not gonna matter.
I think
Yeah.
was
It looks so
easier
good
for
too,
me.
don't it?
He says you're
It was
the
easier
goat.
for me to buy. It was easier for me to buy Hannes than it was to go 12-0.
I mean, because you can buy it, but
I had to wait till they
Honus,
changed the format on me.
yeah, but the going 12-0, you actually got to play.
Yeah. I got Polo Grounds.
There's a question for you, Buck, real quick, man.
What's that?
Is it a fair pull or a foul pull?
It's a foul pull.
God damn it.
There you
What,
go.
who said it's a fair pull?
It is a fair
Jugsy.
pull.
It is Team Fairpole here.
Team fair pull, man. It's in
Can you-
fair.
can you-
The whole thing is
there you
in
go.
fair territory. And what happens if the ball hits it?
It's fair.
I mean, you got a good argument. That's a
mean,
sound argument. It's still a foul pull.
What's your argument for foul
You're
pole?
still wrong. It's still a foul pull.
Other than people saying that, oh, I just heard it's foul pole ever since I was born. What is the argument for it to be foul pole?
It's called a foul pull. It's always been called a foul pull.
So you don't have an argument. Okay, that's all.
That is the argument. I mean, there is no other argument. That's the actual name of the poll.
You're gonna
Who
really
named
hate
it?
this one.
What do you want me to do?
Who named it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Admiral Doubleday? I don't
Day.
know, but
He
it's
brought out
a
the
foul
double
pull.
day. He brought out double day. Dude, you're really gonna hate this one. It's called the fair line as well.
I do hate that
Oh,
one.
that one's bad.
That one just sounds terrible.
Yeah, that just sounds awful, dude.
I'm Team Fairpole, and I can't get with the fair line.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I'll give you the
Yeah,
foul
I
pole.
can't.
I'll give you the
I can't
foul
do
line.
that
Give me
one.
the fair line.
Yeah, Fairline. That's right. Fairline sounds like you're trying to be politically correct.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
dude, it's the same concept. If the ball hits it, it's fair. Anyway, moving along. We try to get everybody's take on
But
it.
everything
Rebel-
outside of that is foul.
That's
Well,
true.
we've never had a guest. Actually, so last time we had Pitching Rebel. And we talk about the fair pull and foul pull. Obviously, we had Clutch as well. Clutch was team foul pull all the way. He got very upset at this. But Rebel started thinking about it. He's like, wow, if you actually think about it, then yeah, you know what? We're done here. He got upset. He ended the conversation. And he actually sent us a message a couple of days later that he was recording for his YouTube that he just started. And he actually called it a fair pull. He was mad at himself.
Nice.
He's like, see, because you know what's right. So
It's the
it's
new
all right.
meta.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Rebel's such a good dude too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rebel is a good dude, man.
100%.
Rebel's gonna have he's gonna make another appearance. Gonna be with camera this time. Next time, You're
I
gonna
don't
see
think
that
anybody
beautiful
can
face.
handle that.
Dude.
I mean, he doesn't have a beard. Poor guy doesn't have a beard. He wants to, but he doesn't. So he'll be fine without,
Dude, we had him on camera for like 3 minutes last time, and he was only on camera from his eyes, from like his middle of his bridge up. He wouldn't show his whole face, just his eyes. I was like, wow, this guy.
This guy,
It's the man behind the
It's a
curtain.
mystery wrapped up inside of enigma.
Jugsy was so
Yeah.
excited. Jugsy
Oh,
was,
so excited to see. I was like, there's his face. Wow.
he's real. Can I touch it? And he started going like this.
So, Buck, let's talk about your journey a little bit, man. I mean, depending on how far you want to go back, how did you get into streaming? Then how did you get into streaming MLB The Show? And then, of course, you branch off into other games all the time as well. But give us a little rundown of what you got into this.
Okay, so I've always played video games. So I was playing this game called Dead by Daylight, and I wanted to know more about it. And a friend of mine told me, he's like, you can get on Twitch. There's people that play games. You can watch them and you can learn how to do it or whatever. So I Googled Twitch, made an account, and the first person I seen was Angry Pug playing Dead by Daylight. And this dude is one of the most entertaining people if you've ever seen him, he's hilarious. And so I started watching him playing along, playing the game while he was playing and watching him or whatever. And I'm like, man, this looks like it could be fun. I think I could do this because I've always been sort of in the entertainment stuff. I used to be in a band. I did the band for like 10 years.
Damn. What
Played
instrument?
bass and sang.
I love this,
Yeah.
man. Holy shit. I didn't know you
Yeah.
were a bass player. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Me
Yeah,
too.
I was in a band for like 10 years. And then, so I was like, I don't have any like fears of anything like that. So I thought, well, we'll give it a try. So I started streaming Dead by Daylight. And then I did this wrestling thing that I still do. Like I still have BOB wrestling.
Yep.
And then like what was it? Towards the end of MLB The Show 17. Now I always played these games, but I never, of course I didn't start streaming until 17. I always played online franchise with the same group of guys every year. And I thought, you know what, we'll try streaming that. And then the very first day I streamed, it used to be Clutch Silver, now he's just Clutch, hosted me. And then like people started hanging out, Nat's fan, he's the hangs out in everybody's stream. And then I started getting more and more people hanging out. And then I was pretty much the only person, who streamed it consistently during the day. So, I'm going to be soon reclaiming my day spot. People have run amok with it, and I'm going to have to, just come back and snag that.
Clean things up a little bit.
Yeah, but the show just took off for me, like because we talk sports all the time. We talk baseball, basketball, football, everything. We just talk sports, and people like hanging out. It's a real chill environment. Most of the chat's pretty good, and so it just started from there. Like, and a lot of momentum from last year's game. Ended up getting partnered on Christmas Eve, which was really freaking cool.
Damn.
Merry Christmas.
How many times?
Yeah, right.
Nice.
How many
That's
times
awesome.
did you go through and get failed or denied?
5 times.
5 times.
Yeah, I averaged over 140 people like 5 or 6 months in a row.
Imagine averaging 140.
Yeah, and they're
Jeez.
like, well, we want to make sure you're still going to be consistent with your streaming. And like, dude, I'm like one of the most consistent people there. I'm like, I
Every
show up if
day,
I'm
all day.
sick. I show up, it doesn't matter. Like I'm there unless something's happened with my kids or, my family, I'm freaking there. And like so finally I didn't even apply the last time. I was going to wait till after the first year and reapply because my, around November, December, especially when you're playing baseball, numbers start slipping off because people lose interest. And especially with 18 last year was awful. Like people didn't give two shits about that game last year, especially November and December. But I was still, doing around 100 people or whatever every day average. And yeah, on Christmas Eve, I got an email and I didn't even apply that time. They just partnered me or whatever. And I'm like, oh,
Nice.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
How cool
I
is that?
worked pretty hard to get there. And then so
How long was
going
it from the first time you applied until you actually got
7 months.
7 months?
7 months. So don't they give you like a kind of a timeout before you can reapply again?
Yeah, a few weeks usually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, the last time I applied, they told me to reapply in 2 weeks. Because they just wanted to
Make
I don't remember what
sure.
it was, what the thing was, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm gonna wait till after the first year when things starts picking. I was gonna wait. Technically, I was gonna wait until 19 came out and the momentum and everything. I was just gonna wait till then. But they went ahead and partnered me on Christmas Eve, and I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So, and then 19 was really good. I was doing really well playing baseball. The problem is I got burnt out because I literally streamed that game from August of 17 every day until, July or August of this past year. And I was just burnt out.
2 straight
baseball.
years. Yeah, 2 straight years just from one to the beta of the next to the next to the beta. Yeah, wow.
Yep.
So you got partnered through MLB basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And then now you branch off and do other games. You see you playing the even Dead by Daylight. You go back to every now and again. I see.
Yeah, every now and then. Mostly I've been playing 2K the last couple months, and I've had a lot of fun playing my team, and that's pretty good. And been playing Tarkov a lot lately, and then I've been doing a Fortnite Cup on Monday and Wednesday nights, where people come and play. I have the customizable lobbies, so I can set up my own games, and then people can join. And
Right.
so we're getting ready to start duos a week from Monday, and it'll be random too. So you just queue into the game using my code or whatever, and it'll give you a random partner, whoever, like if there's 30 people, there'll be 15 teams of 2, and you won't know who your partner is, until you get in the game and you have
Wow.
voice and all that. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, you got great community action stuff. Explain that wrestling thing a
Okay,
little
so
bit.
yeah, wrestling was one of the first things I streamed. What I did was when I first started, I made followers that were there a lot. I made wrestlers for them, like created them because you can create wrestlers, arenas, and shows, and pretty much everything. So I created them for some followers and for some streamers that I liked, like Angry Pug, and he was all about it. Like he even watched it. So, but yeah, so and then it got it to be a sub thing, and so now it's basically a sub perk. You have to be like a sub for 6 months because there's so many people that are like, oh man, they'll come in the channel and they'll be like, oh, I want a wrestler.
Right.
Okay, well, I've literally never seen you before. I'm not going to take, the time it takes to make you a wrestler when there's all these people in here who've been here forever.
Was
Right.
I the
want a
worst
wrestler.
wrestler this year? I was one of the worst, wasn't it?
Last year, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new season just started, and they've already this year's game is awful. Like what happened was last year's game, 2 years in a row now, the game memory, there's something to do with the memory thing or whatever, and I lost all the information from my PlayStation, all the created wrestlers, all the stuff. So somebody in chat gifted me the new game that just came out, and the other company that's working with 2K that had been making this game, I don't remember what their name is, but they left. They're going to work on a different wrestling game. So this year's wrestling game has been a train wreck. Like you couldn't even log on it as of January 1st. It took them like 3 or 4 days to get a patch out for you to even be able to turn the game on because they had like a Y2K thing to where when it turned to 2020 on the clock, you couldn't play the game.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
Wow.
yeah, it's getting ready to come back on Monday afternoon. But yeah, so it's Mondays. We do that Mondays and Wednesday afternoons, and then the last Friday every month we do a pay-per-view.
Damn.
Big event. So, but yeah, the community really likes it a lot.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. I always kind of see the, on the outside looking in, the whole wrestling thing, but I never kind of fully got the concept of it, but yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's all created, like everything. Like one of my mods makes all the ring stuff. Like he'll make it on Photoshop, and then you can upload it, and then so I can make my own rings and
Wow,
tables and all that. So,
badass.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I can I could have Yayo's logo on his shirt. You know, if he had a wrestler, I could put his logo on his T-shirt and all that stuff.
Damn. So
Yeah.
it gets real personal too.
Mhm.
That's sweet. Like that's got to be a lot of behind the scenes work.
Oh, it's a ton of time, dude. It takes a lot of time to do all those wrestlers. So I try to keep it to about 60.
hmm
You know,
And-
because otherwise it just gets out of hand.
And this is all you do, right? You stream. This is your
I have a
gig?
job. Oh, I have sort of a like I take care of my brother. He's paralyzed. Been
Okay.
paralyzed for like 4 years. So every morning I have to get up, which is why I haven't been to TwitchCon yet because I don't really have a chance to get away.
Hmm.
Because he's, you know, I got to do it every day, like literally every day. I got to go over, give him his shower or his bath or whatever, get him on the toilet, feed him 3 times a day, and do all his running and everything like that. So
Wow. And he's is he older brother or younger?
younger, I'm the oldest. Yeah, I
Wow.
got 4 brothers.
Bless your soul, man. That can't be easy.
Yeah, he lives literally. There's a high-rise apartment complex behind our apartments, and he lives over there. So I walk over there every day, and then Jax helps me. Jax helps me with lunch every day for the most part, unless the baby's having a bad day. Then I'll just have to leave for like 15 minutes during stream. But yeah, like
Oh,
it's a team effort. Jax helps out a lot. So
that's awesome. And how's the baby?
the baby's good. 4 months old today, actually.
Wow.
He's even got his own. He's got 2 emotes already.
4 months already?
Yeah, 4 months today,
Wow.
dude. Isn't that crazy? Jax
Yeah.
literally just tweeted it a little bit ago.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Time flies, man.
Yeah.
Time flies. I still remember when you had to run to the hospital.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
crazy, right?
Time
Yeah.
flies.
Yeah, I wish I could get into your streams more, man. You're like right smack dab right when I start work, and it's like I kind of just follow your action through the Twitter world. But man, I wish I could get in there.
Yeah, it's the same way with you, man, because you're later at night. And
Yeah.
like my old ass has to get up every morning. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't stay up late that often unless the baby's not sleeping. But
Jugsy,
you know
Jugsy
how,
has
I
the
mean, if
weird
you have
schedule.
kids, you know how it is. When the baby goes to sleep, you best go to sleep.
Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it.
Mhm.
No, but Jugsy has a weird schedule. He's the one with the weird schedule.
It's me, dude. Trust me.
too.
I don't get off work usually till 9 or 9:30 at night, and I kind of just come home, wash it up, and hang out with the wifey for a minute and jump on. And that's really the only time I can do it. So I sleep like 3 hours a day,
Yeah.
4 hours a day, and I'm hoping at some point we can make an adjustment there. But gosh, it's kind of tiring.
Oh man, wait. Do we wanna talk about? I see a Cardinals sign there, so let's talk about a little bit about IRL baseball because the Cardinals just made a trade yesterday. So thoughts. First, initial thoughts. So I know your initial thoughts was like, is Jose Martinez, maybe Tyler O'Neill as well. But initial thoughts on that trade, and for those that don't know, just say who traded for who, and the information on it.
Yeah, see, they said all that came out originally was we traded for, I don't even know how you pronounce his name, Liberatore or something like that.
Liberatore.
Yeah, he's supposed to be one of the best left-handed pitching prospects in a while. So, and I heard about him before, but no details came out about who we traded. And then there was all these rumors about how we've been wanting a left-handed hitter, so Kevin Kiermaier was going to be in the trade, and all this other stuff was coming out. And then when it was all said and done, I made a guess that it would be Jose Martinez and O'Neill or Bader, and then a lower prospect. And it ended up being we swapped the 2 draft picks, the first round, second round. We got the second round, they got the first round. And they got Randy Arozarena, he's a solid 4th or 5th outfielder. He's got some speed, a little power. He hit like 370 at AAA last year, but he didn't get much chance to play at the big league level yet. He's kind of raw, you know what I mean? So he might, catch on a little bit there in Tampa Bay. But Jose's a hitting machine. He can't play defense though, so he belongs in the American League. So he'd be perfect for Tampa Bay, and I hope he does well because Jose is one of the best people. Like, Like he's even responded to my tweets before. Like Jose is he's a very personable person. He's a good clubhouse guy, and so I hope he does well. I already tweeted at Blake and told him to take care of him.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
So, but yeah, I thought it was a good trade for both teams because Tampa Bay gets a DH. They get, a controlled outfielder who's got, some upside, and they get a little bit better draft pick, and they draft well. So, and for the Cardinals, they get, a future arm, potential ace, and they free up a little bit more money. And I know people are going crazy. Oh, we're going to turn that around in the Nolan Arenado.
It's not Arenado.
It's not happening.
It's not
Cardinal
Arenado.
fans need to calm down.
I feel every
Nolan
fan needs
Arenado's
to
not coming to St. Louis. And if he was coming to St. Louis, it wouldn't take a top 50 prospect in that trade for one reason, because the Cardinals will be paying all that money for his contract. So there's no reason for them to give up huge prospects when you're going to have to take on all that contract. And the other reason it's not going to happen is he's going to opt out. He's got to opt out in 2 years. So unless they can get a guarantee that says, well, I'm not going to opt out, if you give me a little bit more money or something like that, then there's no reason for them to make that trade either, because you don't want to give up, a bunch of stuff and then lose them in 2 years. You know what I mean?
I don't see Arenado leaving Colorado. I just can't see it. They just signed him to a long-term deal.
He's upset because they're going backwards.
Because their team
sucks.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wants to win. So he would, he would love to get out of there, but at the same time, it's too hard. The trade would be too hard to pull off, I think. I think all this did was, at most, is open up a chance for Ozuna to come back on, if he'll accept a 1 or 2 year deal, which I don't think he will. That's what he keeps saying in the media. He wants to be in St. Louis, but they need to step up. He wants a 3rd year. And with all the young outfielders the Cardinals have, I just don't see it, because Dylan Carlson is going to be ready this year. If not, if they didn't care, if there wasn't such a thing as service time, he'd probably start the season in St. Louis. But they're trying to save that extra year, so we probably won't see him until June or July, unless he comes to spring training and just absolutely kills the ball like he's been doing in the minors.
If Ozuna doesn't sign with the Cards, what's another maybe possible landing spot that you think?
Texas, 100% Texas Rangers.
They've been trying to spend some money, right? Because the new stadium, they went after Rendon. Obviously, they were a year short. They traded for Kluber. They stole Kluber. I think they stole Kluber from the Indians. But they wanted to get a big time player. I mean, Ozuna, I don't think it's that big time player that they were actually maybe had in mind. But they got money to spend for sure.
I mean, Marcel's a good player. His arm, ever since he hurt his arm, he hasn't been the same, but he's getting better over time. It's going to be one of those things where it takes a long time to be fully 100%. But when he's hot, like, he's crazy good. But when he's
swing it.
Except
but when
he's
off, he's just like, the whole Cardinal team last year, like
up and down.
We had a new hitting coach, so there's a whole new philosophy with the team. So I think this year you'll see better offense out of a lot of the guys. Matt Carpenter's been working out like crazy this offseason, trying to put on more muscle because he's he's a string bean. Matt Carpenter's really tall. I don't know if you know that, but he's pretty tall, but he's lanky. So he's been trying to put on some muscle this offseason so he can come back and have a better year, hopefully. I don't know what's going to happen with Dexter Fowler. I still think there's a chance they're trying to move him. I think they're trying to trade him someplace he'd want to play, even if they have to eat some of the contract, because they want to let Tyler O'Neill and Bader and those guys play. So I wouldn't be surprised if Fowler gets dealt to like someplace, maybe
open it up for Carlson.
Yeah, because Carlson's a switch hitting beast.
He's a stud. He is. He's
really
an absolute monster. What's going to happen in that bullpen? Is it going to be Martinez back there? Are they going to go with Gallegos and Miller or what?
Yeah, they said Carlos is going back to the rotation, but if Carlos goes back to the rotation, then you got Carlos, Waino, Michaelis, Alex Reyes is 100% finally, but they're not counting on him because they've counted on him the last 2 years and he always seems to get hurt. He's 100%. He's been working out in the Dominican with the trainers and they said he's good to go. So if Alex Reyes comes back, Flaherty, if Alex Reyes comes back and is the pitcher that he's supposed to be, that rotation could be, unless they put him in the bullpen for this season just to try to work on his arm strength, then that's even great because he could be a 1 inning, 2 inning beast. I mean, he throws 100, and his curveball is off the charts crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we signed KK, yeah, from was it Korea?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's a starter, but they're talking about him being in the pen as another lefty. So I don't know what's going to happen. We got like 6 or 7 guys that can start, because I know they want who was the big the right-hander, Helsley. They want him to be a starter too. So I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Hicks won't be back till the second half. So the bullpen will be good. The starting rotation will be good. It's just a matter of the offense. The infield defense is really good if Edmund plays third base, but I think Carp's going to play third. They're talking about playing Carp in left field a little bit too, so that could be interesting.
Man. Cardinals team is deep, and they're always there. I can see them easily finishing first or second.
Yeah, I'm most scared of the Reds this year.
Yeah,
for real. I mean, the Cubs their pitching's not very good. Their offense is pretty inconsistent, and I think Milwaukee's going to go backwards, and Pirates suck. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, Pirates are in that Orioles conversation.
Yep.
The Reds are. I'm telling you, if the Reds can get one more pitcher, they're going to be scary.
So if the Reds are the team that scares you the most for the NL Central, you have the Cardinals winning it.
Yeah.
And Reds make
but
it
not by much. I would not be surprised if the Reds won the division. I wouldn't.
one winning the division. Do you have the other team on the wild card?
Yep. 1 and 2 Reds and Cardinals.
I mean, obviously there's still some signings. Look at Jugsy getting all excited just thinking about it. It's been 84 years.
Yeah, I'm not downplaying the Cubs. Like, the Cubs have a lot of talent still on offense. Their pitching is just not that good. I mean, the pitching doesn't scare me at all. I mean, their best starter is who? Yu Darvish, Lester?
Yeah, the Cubs team.
Hendricks. None of those guys are scary. I mean, Lester's another year older. Yu's another year older. I mean, I don't know. Their offense is still really good, but they're still trying to trade Contreras, or they may still trade Brian, even though they gave him, his arbitration settled. Who knows what's going to happen there? I mean, I don't know. As the teams sit right now, I think it's Cardinals and Reds, and then the next tier is Cubs, Brewers, and then the last tier is Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice for the Pirates to be on their own tier. I think that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, they get their own tier.
Don't worry about it, tier.
And that's not me being a homer, because I'm telling you, I'm one of the most honest Cardinal fans there is. Like, I argue more with my own fan base than anybody else.
Yeah,
like,
I was going to say,
we have some real special people in the Cardinal fan base.
I was going to say, if anything, you destroy the Cardinals more than
yeah, dude. I don't. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I kind of agree with you, man. I see either the Cardinals, Reds. There's always a surprise team, that makes noise. But you got to think that as soon as Milwaukee starts sputtering, they're going to start Hader gone. They're going to start dumping. Again, I don't know how finances work. I'm not smart enough. Maybe you guys know better, but I just see Milwaukee dumping as soon as possible.
It'll be interesting to see how Yelich returns from that injury too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's true, man. He was.
They signed Jed Jerko yesterday.
Ooh, that's sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he can play all over.
Uh-huh.
The Brewers did.
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
but they lost Moustakas. I think that's I think the Reds adding Moustakas is a good. It's a good bat. It's a good lefty bat. I think they need it, especially in that the ball flies in Cincinnati too.
Dude, he's gonna drop 40.
He can have a huge year. I know Shelfie was talking about on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. Who's the DJ LeMahieu of next year? And I'm thinking Moustakas, kind of like a veteran guy that can come in and have not necessarily an MVP type year, but he can surprise some people. He's still got some. I think he's still got some left in the tank.
Yeah, I like the Reds. They're scary. I'm telling you.
It's just that bullpen is going to be the difference. I can see us, putting up some runs. We got a nice offense, but the bullpen is what scares me. We have one lefty.
Yeah, but he's a badass.
He is a badass. He's almost like two lefties.
Yeah.
But our outfield is a little crowded. Do we move one? Does Senzel get moved? I thought we were going for Lindor. I still hope we get him, but If we get Lindor, that might change things. Hopefully he can close ball games. But again, it's just going to come down to the bullpen for the Reds. They're going to blow save after save. Iglesias is just not going to cut it.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for baseball because both my teams, in American League, I follow the White Sox. That's Jax's team too. And
They had the best offseason of every team. I think.
Dude, I'm
And
excited to
good.
watch the White Sox.
They're
Like,
gonna be real good.
it may be a year early for them because I think Luis Robert, I feel like I have to see it first in the big leagues. So they may be a year early, but those that are a year early can come out and just a wild card team. I can see them, especially you got the Indians dropping. They're falling hard. So the White Sox can actually get that. I don't really trust the Twins. I know the offense. It was just a historic year for them to win that division, and they still almost lost it. So, I'm not counting on the Twins like that. So,
no.
yeah, yeah, for obvious reasons too. They've been hurt, but
they just re-signed Sano though, didn't they, to a 3-year deal? I think.
Yeah, I know they're pushing hard for Donaldson. It's between them and the Braves, but I think he's gonna.
Some of these guys got to get signed soon because these players that don't sign, especially that don't get a spring training, it just seems like they struggle. So I don't think you're going to see very many of them guys this year. I think here soon people are going to start falling off and signing. Somewhere.
I mean, we did have a lot of action in the winter meetings, which we didn't have that in the past, or the last year or the previous year, 2018. But there's been a lot more action than last year, because last year it was spring training and there were still some big names.
Yeah,
and I'm talking big names like JD Martinez. He was like almost April and he still hadn't signed.
Yeah.
So I think this year is not going to happen.
Bryce and Manny were like right before spring training went.
Yeah, they were waiting on each other. I think
signed till the season started, right?
Yeah,
Keuchel signed in like July.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think the financial landscape of the whole league was different going into free agency last year. I don't know what was different about it. I just remember that was being a topic of that this year was going to be the year that guys got paid, and that last year was the year that teams were kind of holding off for some reason.
Yeah. Teams are changing their ways, with this analytics and all this. They're very careful as far as like where they're going to spend their money.
Well, the
and I think
labor
that's
stuff's coming up again too. So,
well, not for the Yankees.
People are going to, I mean, the labor agreement with the owners and the play. I mean, all that stuff's going to be coming up here soon. So people are going to try to get their money.
There may be a
That's
strike
why these
coming.
players are pushing for these multi-year contracts right now.
They want to get paid before the strike, a possible strike in, I think, like 2022. I think is when it ends, right? So that would suck. I would just go.
Yeah, we can't have another strike.
We can't have another strike. It almost decimated it back in the 90s. Like it'll decimate it right now, especially with the struggle for attendance and everything. It'll absolutely crush MLB. They got to do whatever they can to avoid that.
Oh yeah, and so much young talent, Now you just don't want to lose any baseball at all right now.
No.
I'm telling you, the Fair Poll campaign will save baseball.
Jesus.
Hey, he'll get people talking about baseball at least. So
yeah.
But let's wrap up. I appreciate Buck joining us today. But episode 8. So let's talk about the best players in baseball to wear number 8. Like the first one, we were talking about it earlier. The first name that came to my mind was Cal Ripken Jr., right? Who did you mention, Jugsy?
Number 8, I think.
Cal Ripken.
Is that how you call
Morgan.
him? Jesus.
Yeah, after Ripken is what? Morgan and Yogi and
Yogi.
Yeah.
Gary Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Carter. That's a big one. Joe Morgan. Did we say Morgan?
Joe Morgan, yep.
Ryan Braun.
Morgan.
Ryan Braun were 8. Him and his steroids, but we're not talking about steroids.
We're not trying to make the number look bad, dude.
I just tainted the number. I just messed it up.
Yeah, you just tainted the number 8. Thanks a lot, dude.
There's gotta be more.
You got Gary Carter, Carl Yastrzemski.
Yeah, Yastrzemski, that's the other one.
It is a good number, man.
Willie Stargell.
Oh, Willie.
Yeah.
Billy.
Right.
I don't. Well, Smog maybe remembers watching him play. I didn't. So
easy.
Yeah. There's some good ones.
Giovanni Soto.
You aren't older than me, are you? True.
Maybe.
Are you older than me?
How old are you?
45.
No.
That's a lie. He just lied.
it.
No.
You're 45, Buck. Wow, I didn't know you were 45.
Yeah, I'm
like
45.
I'm like 7 years younger.
I just turned 45 in November.
Oh, nice.
Buck, I swear you don't look a day over 44. All right.
Did you just say you're 7 years
Yeah.
younger?
Look, dude.
Yeah.
Your ass, are you?
Huh? What?
What? Your ass.
I'm same age as you.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
I am definitely not a boomer. All right. I'm Gen X.
Gen X, baby.
Wow,
right.
I'm the only millennial in this panel. Jesus.
What'd you graduate? 93, Buck?
Yep, 93.
93. Wow. I don't know why I thought you were like 35 for some reason.
Yeah, I graduated in 93. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh man.
Any,
Again, any final thoughts?
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Buck? When's your next stream? What's your stream schedule like? All that good stuff.
Monday. We stream Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time. Yayo. Till 3.
Nobody
and then,
goes
we
with
do some
Central
night
Time,
streams,
but
and then I usually stream on Saturday for 5 to 8 hours, just depending on what I got going on. And then YouTube, I've been uploading at least 4 to 5 times a week, started 2 weeks ago. I'll have a new video out tomorrow for the Road to Show series, and then
should post that link.
I'm gonna be using the team that Hunter drafted. I don't know if any of you guys saw my YouTube. Yeah, because I think I just got over 200 followers finally. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks. Hold on, let me grab my.
Yeah, post that bad boy.
But my son Hunter, who's 8, drafted my BR team. It was a funny video, and
I want to see the gameplay. I want to see that gameplay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be using some of that. Yeah, there's my YouTube link. I'm gonna be using that team to play BR. So, and I'll be recording that. So that'll be out this week too. And then I have some more head-to-head. I'm playing Roflo, and we're gonna do we're gonna get in Discord and talk baseball while we're playing.
That's gonna be awesome.
He's gonna use all-time
That's gonna
Astros.
be awesome.
Yeah, he's gonna use all-time Astros, and I'm gonna use all-time Cardinals.
Don't play in Houston.
Yeah, right.
And when you say Roflo, that's Robert Flores. From
Yeah, Robert
MLB
Flores.
Network.
Yeah, and then let's see, I got a game with Mighty Goat coming up too. That'll be on there.
Ooh, that's good.
And
Nice.
and then the charity stuff, which I'll announce all that tomorrow. And I'll be back in the baseball starting Monday. So
Boom.
Monday, the return
Monday
of
morning,
Buck.
coming back to baseball. So I need to reclaim the
morning.
the daytime. Yeah,
That
because
day-
I am
that
the
day-
official.
Well, you know what?
day stream
You're in
of
the
Major
you're
League
in the
Baseball.
400s in rank season, so you got a lot of grinding to do. So
Yes,
perfect time. You got a
true,
week.
450, right?
Let's see if
Like
you can get to 900 in a week.
I think I played 3 ranked seasons games since August. So
Good luck.
Jeez.
Good luck.
Smog, how many have you played?
Too many. Stupid.
I think Smog's
Well,
record was like
I'm
850.
I'm creeping up on like 1,300 online games.
Yeah,
But that's all you play,
I'm
right?
like-
dang.
That's all you play,
I'm
ranked
close to
seasons?
1,000.
I play a lot of ranked. I play BR too, but I just want to break controllers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Smog, what about you? What's your schedule like coming up?
So I should be streaming tonight, going live around 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern, Sunday as well, and then I will be doing Tuesday and Thursday same time. Uploading, starting up the YouTube video. Posted a new YouTube video last night, and we'll be also uploading about 4 to 5 times a week going forward.
Nice.
Link.
Link.
Yeah, man. Buck, appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
This
It'd be
is fun,
nice to
man.
get back to playing and seeing a lot of the people again. So like
Oh,
I said,
yeah,
I've,
man.
I've been away for a few months doing other games, so
Yeah.
it'll be
Excited.
nice.
You're excited to get back.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Yayo maybe show up again, you know.
Listen, I haven't even been on any streams like during the day.
It's fine, dude.
Work
It's fine.
has been killing me. I think I'll be
I know
I'll
it
be
takes
good
a
to go.
lot of time to maintain that beard, so I understand.
I mean, I
Yeah,
wish
was
you could grow
killing
one.
that YouTube too, man. I don't know how you're grinding
Well,
both
talk
of these.
about YouTube. I actually had a video that it's been live for 18 minutes. It went live at 4 p.m. It was me. I played Fallen Games TV. He was actually one of the final 4 in the last ESL. We did a little bit pack and play headliners edition. So that's out there. So go check it out. I'll post it here. Go check it out. Subscribe. And
There's
that wasn't
link.
the best.
Get in there and hit that Smog YouTube up.
Yeah, I already.
Yeah, I think we're like 14 subscriptions away from actually changing it to our actual name instead of like the random letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
can't
I should
figure
have
out how
put
to
that
do
link
that.
in there. Yeah, it's not that hard. Just go to your settings. I have my link too, and I don't know why I didn't use that. I just completely lost
Because
on
I
my
can't
mind right
find
there.
it. I can't find it in my YouTube settings anywhere. But anyway,
If you can't find it, dude, just DM me and I'll see if I can help you
Settings
find
wise,
it.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that difficult.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if Yayo got it,
If I got it, anybody can. I'm not the brightest mind out there.
you know
Trust
I love
me.
you.
I know. Just sometimes. Just during the week. When
No,
I'm
I
on your
love you
stream.
all the time. Who was one of the first people I reached out to do YouTube with? That was you.
It's true.
He's okay
That's
at
true.
best.
Buck was one of the first people that supported me and when I started streaming.
You know,
Always so sweet.
Buck's real supportive of everybody, man. This whole community is insane. I mean, partners on down to the smallest guy. We pretty much. Oh, you might be dropping frames, little yay.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, but partners on down, man. Everybody is just so good to each other, for the most part. So can't beat
It's
it.
community.
You guys better make
community is
sure you're
amazing.
being good and staying, minding your P's and Q's, because when the new game comes out, I got the new segment that's gonna be at least once a week, maybe more, inside. It'd be today in the MLB The Show community. So don't make me have to put you on blast.
You're gonna be
I've
talking
heard
about
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's gonna get
the
interesting.
sports center of the show.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun too.
Yeah.
Hopefully people can understand what satire is, and if they don't, I'll make sure that I have a link in the chat with the definition of what satire is, because some people just don't get it.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
It's gonna be fun. 2020 is a big year, man. It's a big year. Big things
It's
coming.
gonna be fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. But I appreciate everyone hanging out, man. I appreciate the chat. I love you guys. Jugsy, again, episode 8 done. TrueSmaugh, welcome. Buck, thank you for doing
Thank
this. Let's go ahead and send it. I know people are starting to probably log in for the tournament.
Yep. Go Niners tonight.
Go Niners.
yeah,
Hey,
Go
let's send
Niners.
it. Look.
I'm a Bears fan, but
We have movie gaming is online. Let's send you over to movie gaming. That's gonna be some quality gameplay. Possibly a future guest. I don't know. We'll see. I'll send you over to him, and I'll be back tomorrow for streaming. Tomorrow morning, my regular streaming schedule. There's the hater. But yeah, let's go over to movie. Enjoy the tournament. Good luck if you're gonna be participating in it. And yeah, have a good one. Say bye to the goat.